Welcome to Show Me Something Wrong,
where each episode one of us chooses a movie to watch that the other hasn't seen. The movie is often obscure, usually odd, and always wrong. I'm Dave.
And I'm Guy.
And today I've chosen the movie or movies or not movies? Videos? I don't know. We'll get into
We'll get into that.
Miracle Bunny 1 and 2 from 1988, directed by Minoru Kawasaki. And let's play not our regular theme song, but the Miracle Bunny theme song.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Take it away, Miracle Bunny.
Before we dive into the film, I wanted to give a quick little plug for our Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
So please go and follow us at SMSW Podcast. Send us an email at showmesomethingwrong@gmail.com. And most importantly, go to Apple Podcasts and please leave us a review and a rating.
We watched the Miracle Bunny, so you don't have to.
Exactly. All right, yeah, wow. Okay, Miracle Bunny.
Oh.
In the katakana form, which I was just saying to you before, I really struggle to say this word in the Japanese form, but Miracle Bunny.
Nice.
Pretty good?
Pretty good. Especially when you had to lift up your shoulders to say it.
I'm not sure what it is about katakana-fied English words. Kill me.
I guess it's because both the R's and L's are L's.
Yeah.
So I think it's like Mirakuru. It's kind of like a tongue twister in itself.
It is a tongue twister. Yeah, so... Yes, this film, it's from 1988, or films, I should say. And yeah, directed by Minoru Kawasaki. Yeah, I think I talked about it last time a little bit when I mentioned that I wanted to do this film. The reason I chose this film, and one of the reasons, is that the last few films I've done have been not quite obscure enough, I think.
Right. Which is Skinner, and what else did you do?
Limbo, pretty easily accessible films. Sure. So I thought I'd choose something that is very, 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 very not fucking accessible at all. And only
extreme highs and lows. Yeah. It's either one or the other.
Exactly. So this one I think has, at least at this point, under 20 people that have logged it on Letterboxd.
Love it.
And I don't think this is a film that anyone's particularly excited to see, except for us.
I think this will definitely appeal to a certain demographic, though. Some people will fucking love this. Yeah. And I mean some people apart from you and me.
Yeah.
But we are the majority. Yeah, this is made for someone, a very, very particular group.
For sure.
The majority of people will turn it off very quickly.
Yeah, instantly. But yeah, the other reason I chose this is that it's directed by Minoru Kawasaki.
Right.
Do you know Kawasaki's work?
What did he do?
Well, do you want me to give you a little background on
please
Kawasaki?
Do.
So yeah, he's a director that's been around for a very long time. Mm-hmm. He made a lot of student films in the early 80s, and his first professional work was a film called Earth Defense Girl Eiko-chan from 1987. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was going to talk about that today.
Really?
Yes. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh,
he did that?
Yes. Yes.
That confirms my suspicions. Oh, my God.
There you go. And yeah, that's kind of like a ridiculous Ultraman parody, which, yeah, I guess we can talk about that a bit later as well. And already with that first film that he made, or first professional film, you can see the beginnings of his style, which is very hard to explain, but kind of outrageous comedy and parody, but also with weirdly genuine, heartfelt emotions at times.
Sure.
And it's very hard to know when he's taking the piss. But yeah, that was his first work. He made 2 sequels to that film, to Eiko-chan. And yeah, they would get even deeper into the whole Ultraman parody thing. And his hero, Akio Jisoji.
Right.
Do you know who he is?
No.
Oh man, he is fucking amazing. Right. Actually, you've probably seen something he's made before. His most famous film is This Transient Life.
I've not seen it.
He also directed one of the segments in Rampo Noir.
Oh, yeah.
So you might have seen that one, right? But he was also the fucking greatest director of Ultraman. So anytime there's an episode that's directed by him, you're like, here we fucking go. Because he's basically this very strange experimental filmmaker. And they let him just go hog wild on Ultraman. Awesome. So this guy, Jisoji, he's basically the hero of Kawasaki. Yeah, Jisoji ended up being a supervising producer on Kawasaki's films and working with him. So, yeah, that ended up happening for Kawasaki on his later films. So then Kawasaki throughout the 80s through to the early 2000s was just prolifically productive. Just has made so much fucking shit. A lot of kind of bizarre monster movie parodies, trashy softcore films like Super Erotic Businessman.
Oh, I think I know him. I think I know him.
You know a few Super Erotic Businessmen? And yeah, adaptations of the manga Miss Machiko. Do you know Miss Machiko?
No.
Oh, fuck, mate. We should look it up.
I got a lot to learn,
It's demented, mate. It was a show that I think... It was like an anime show and a manga. I don't know who it's for, because my friend that showed it to me before I knew about Kawasaki making a movie of this Miss Machiko thing, she was like, yeah, I watched it as a kid all the time. But it's like full of nudity. And it's just this teacher and all her perverted students like perving on her. Don't know what the fuck's going on there. But yeah, he directed a bunch of stuff like that. He ended up going on to actually work on Ultraman shows.
Hey.
So he wrote a few episodes of Ultraman Tigger in the 90s, which is a really good Ultraman show. And then in 2004, this is when he kind of found his audience, I guess, and really kind of perfected his style. And he sort of moved away a bit from the direct parody sort of stuff that he was doing. And yeah, in 2004, he directed probably his most famous film, which is a great movie called The Calamari Wrestler.
Oh, of course.
Also known as Eiko Wrestler.
Yeah.
Which is fucking great. And that film like really sums up like Kawasaki's style. So it follows a wrestler who also happens to be a giant squid. And even though that concept sounds ridiculous, it's not really approached with the style that you would assume it would be, because it's sort of presented as if it's like a real human drama.
Yeah. They barely acknowledge the fact that he's a squid.
That's just part of it.
He's just a squid. Interesting. So did he also do the Shrimp Boxer film? Was that him?
Shrimp Boxer?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Something similar lines to
Really?
Calamari Wrestler.
I don't know.
There's the Shrimp Boxer. Oh, you got to watch that. Did he do the Koala film as well?
Yeah.
Right.
So this is when it all kicks off. So 2004, he does Eiko Wrestler or Calamari Wrestler. And yeah, he gets that style, which is like this blend of kitchen sink drama with some kind of giant monster or animal. Then in 2005 and 2006, he just kept like banging out these great kind of similar sort of themed films. So he did Executive Koala, as you mentioned, in 2005, and Crab Goalkeeper.
I've not seen Crab
Goalkeeper in 2006.
You can imagine they would be good goalkeepers, though.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, because they like run from side to side.
Yeah,
right?
it's just so appropriate.
And all of these films, they all have this same kind of tone, which is very hard to define, but it's almost kind of deadpan in the way that it's presented. And they've got this Japanese TV haze over the whole style of it. Yeah, so that was his sort of biggest period, 2004 to 2006. And yeah, just some other films I thought I'd mention from his career that I really like. Neko Ramen Taisho.
That sounds pretty good.
From 2008. So it's based on a manga about a cat who runs a ramen shop.
Oh, what more do you want?
Outer Man from 2015, which is, if you're a fan of Ultraman, it's fucking amazing, this film. So it's this very kind of straight-faced satire of Ultraman, where it's set in this world where all these the tokusatsu show that's really popular, that has been around since the 60s, so there's a version of Ultraman, has actually just been alien propaganda to prepare the world for an invasion. It's an amazing film. He also did, and I've talked to you about this film before, because when I saw it, it really shook me. It was kind of upset me. A film called The World Sinks, Except Japan, from 2006. And you know, we've talked a lot about, I think maybe even in the Suburb Murder episode, we talked a bit about Japan's kind of underhanded hatred of foreigners.
Oh, yeah.
That's a film that's basically about that. So the world, the world sinks, except Japan, and Japan has this massive influx of foreigners, and it's just about how they deal with that. And it's very uncomfortable to watch as a foreigner living in Japan.
They went through all that effort to make a movie just to show how much they hate foreigners.
And my absolute favorite of his films. And if you watch anything by him, this would be the biggest one that I recommend. Rug Cop.
As in a rug, a floor rug?
As in a wig, a rug. The Japanese style Zuradeka from 2006. And it's just about a cop with a wig that he uses as a weapon.
Oh, wow. That sounds great.
And it's just fucking perfect. It's such a good film.
Does he throw it like a frisbee?
Yes. Yeah. But it's done as those like sort of crappy daytime Japanese cop shows? It's done in that style.
Right.
And again, kind of deadpan. And,
right.
Yeah, other than the fact that he's got a wig that he uses as a weapon, it's fairly...
and this is by the same director?
Yes.
Oh, man. I need to go through more of his filmography.
Yeah, I really love his stuff.
So yeah, I just did a little search on that shrimp boxer I mentioned before, thinking of the same guy. Because if you just look at this this picture, you got all of Kawasaki's films and then Shrimp Boxer up top. The Japanese title is Ebi Boxer. Doing a search though, it's by a foreigner, like some fucking foreigners. it's by some guy called Mark Locke, and it's called Crust. The English title is Crust. It's made in 2003. But it's about an ex-boxer, but who's a shrimp.
Okay.
So it seems like it's very much in the same vein as Kawasaki's movies. Sure. And it also often gets associated with Kawasaki's movies, but it's a completely foreign production.
Interesting. Yeah, it's the first I've heard of that one.
Crust. There you go. Anyway, enough about that guy.
All right, so that is a little overview of Kawasaki's career. So going back to Miracle Bunny, this comes very early in his career.
Yeah.
This was made right after Earth Defense Girl, Ego-chan. And it's very hard to find much info about this film. It's not a very talked about film. So when I was researching this, I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, I can't find anything about it. So I got onto Twitter and sent Kawasaki a message.
No.
And basically just did a little interview with him purely about Miracle Bunny.
Oh, brilliant.
He must have just been like, what the fuck? Like, why is some foreign guy asking me about Miracle Bunny?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that a lot of the information that I'll share throughout this has been, given to me from Kawasaki himself.
Awesome. Was that Japanese back and forth?
Yeah, I got Tana to... translate my questions and then translate what he replied.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah. Oh man, I'm pumped to hear that.
He was really fast getting back to me as well. Yeah, it was great.
I don't think there's many messages about Miracle Bunny coming through.
This could be the first one from him. So Miracle Bunny, I wanted to talk a bit about its production, how it came to be. So Miracle Bunny was an image video project of the idol Eiko Kuroki, who we'll talk about soon. And it was sponsored by a company called Tairiku Shobo.
Right.
So initially it was meant to just be an image video, which we'll talk about in a sec. And then he gave this suggestion of, how about we make it an actual narrative film? And he wrote the original story for this. So initially it was meant to be just this thing called an image video. So what is an image video?
Well, can I jump in?
Yeah,
cool. Right. So an image video is what I like to kind of summarize it as. It's almost like a non-interactive video with a like gravure idol, and you normally get like this girl. It's not an adult video. There's no like sex, but it's kind of erotic. So you might get a model going to the beach or playing in the swimming pool, but it's almost like she's like playing with the camera, flirting with the camera, so that the audience feels like they are there with them, on holiday with them, playing with them in their like fucking bathing suit and playing catchball with them. It's a very odd, somewhat interactive but non-interactive moving picture is the only way I can describe it as. It's like you're looking at photographs of someone's holiday, but in a movie version. Yeah, is how I summarize it as.
Yeah, and that's a good way to put it as well. Like, it's not an adult video, but its purpose is... there's a connection there, right? It's
very suggestive.
Exactly, yeah. And you mentioned the term gravure idol there. So what is that then?
Gravure idol.
Or do you want me to?
Yeah, you've probably got a better understanding of this, because for me they're just women in swimsuits.
I mean, that's kind of it. So I've always heard that term, gravure idol, and I never really put any thought into what it meant outside of their women in swimsuits doing these image videos.
Sure.
But yeah, the term originates from the term photogravure.
Gravure.
So this was from the days of magazines having, I think, like some pages that were in color and the rest was black and white. And those color pages, it was like a kind of printing technique in color, and they were for the babes. You know, they would have like hot babes on these pages.
And then the ugly ones in black and white.
But it's not really a technique that's used now, that this sort of printing technique. And yeah, but these photos were basically aimed at male audiences. Yeah, with poses or activities that are like provocative or suggestive, playful, but not like aggressively sexual, right?
Yeah.
So the gravure idol in Japan, they're gonna wear clothes. They're not gonna be nude in this, but a bit saucy, but not too saucy.
More often than not, they disrobe down to their underwear and.
And I don't want to get too dark.
Oh, I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, but the thing that really creeps me out about this gravure idol thing is that a gravure idol, because it's not porn necessarily. A gravure idol could be as young as like a preteen girl. So they could start at that sort of age. Yeah. And they're essentially making these image videos or photos that are basically being used as wank material, essentially.
It's fucking grim. Yeah. I was wondering whether I should tell this story, but since you brought it up.
Okay. Oh, God.
So...
Getting dark. We're only a few minutes... We're like 20 minutes in.
This was supposed to be a nice one about a bunny, but yeah. I wasn't aware of this category, if you will, of this kind of... Essentially, you know, children doing these gravure idol shoots. And I was... When I arrived in Japan, I was walking down Nipponbashi, which is a high street, lots of DVD shops, etc., etc. I was walking down, I saw like this kind of sign outside a building, and it was like, you know, DVDs, VHS, Maniac, and like all kinds of weird stuff. Basically, as you know, Dave, like pretty much any DVD shop in Japan is essentially a porn shop. You know, they sell primarily porn films. But anyway, they had all this stuff, including the VHS section, but it was on this fucking weird hand-drawn sign. So I don't know if it was like a pop-up or it was like just newly opened. And I was like, okay, I'll see what it's about. And I went into this really kind of dodgy-looking building. It was very run down. I was ascending the stairs and there was like blood on the stairs.
What?
Yeah, there was like pools of blood and bloody tissues on the stairs. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Carried on up to the, I think it was on like the 7th floor or something, but there was no other shops in that building. It was really, really odd setup. And so I hopped over these pools of blood, went into this DVD shop. And at first, you know, there's all these like, you know, old salarymen like scouring around, looking at stuff. And it seemed like a seemingly, it was seemingly just an average porn shop. And I was looking around and then I noticed like, a lot of the stuff they were selling was like handmade stuff. So you got like secretly filmed cheerleading videos or like underskirt videos, that kind of stuff. And I was like, what the fuck is this? This isn't like professionally printed, like released DVDs from porn films. These are independently made by some random dude kind of thing. And then I found the gravure idol section and I was like, what the fuck? These are all children. And I felt so sick to my stomach. Not only were there fucking kids not obviously, again, like you said, it's not porn, but yeah, it could easily, you would never be able to bring it into another country. No. It would get classified as child porn immediately. And I thought I had like stumbled into some fucking child porn ring. And I was like, oh my God, if like the police come in now, I'm fucked. I need to get the fuck out of here. I felt so sick.
Yeah, I've had not to the level of that experience, but the first time I found out about this stuff, like I remember being in Book Off, and Book Off is like a chain of second-hand book and DVDs and stuff like that. Big, massive chain, huge chain everywhere. And I remember looking through like the DVDs there, and I don't even think I was in the porn section. I don't even know what section it was, but
because they're not classed as porn,
sure,
so they get like put next to the Disney.
yeah. And I pulled out this gravure idol thing with these, you know, kids on it that looked, you know, I don't know, like 11 or something in like swimsuits, and it looks like porn, like the way it was kind of labeled and the way the shots look like porn. And I had the exact same feeling as you of just being like physically sick. And it actually, for a moment, it's moments like that where you feel a bit angry at Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's just like, I know, I just don't get it. I don't understand. I've never got that side of Japan, and I think it's something that people don't really talk about that much. Like, foreigners, what do you call them?
Koalos?
Weeaboos?
Weebos?
Weebos?
Oh,
Is it?
I think so.
I don't know what it is.
But you know, internet term, yeah. I don't
the
know.
ones that like obsess over Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Japanophiles.
Japan.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah. There's like another word, right? But like I feel like that stuff gets glossed over, how much kids are sexualized here. It's really gross. It's not only this gravure idol thing, but, you know, other idols, like, you know, musician idols as well, like having these little kids in bands, all these creepy old men that come and watch their shows.
God, yeah. Oh, the amount of times you like walk around town and you see like some fucking gross man walking around with like a baby metal t-shirt on.
Yeah. Well, that was a dark turn that we took there.
Yeah.
So yes, God. Everyone's just like, we'll check the stats for like this episode. Everyone just drops off the moment we start talking about this. But anyway,
Bear with us, guys.
so bear with us. So just to wrap up the gravure idol thing, so
we're going back into
no, just a very quick one. Yeah. It doesn't mean all gravure idols are kids. We're not saying that, but that just happens to be a subset of it. But basically, they have professional photo books, DVDs, the image videos that we're talking about that are made for fans. And as you said, they're kind of like, not interactive, but kind of interactive kind of videos. And a lot of, you know, big idols in Japan launch their careers in this field as well. And so Eiko Kuroki, the star of Miracle Bunny, this is basically, in a way, an image video for her as a gravure idol. But Kawasaki has kind of morphed it into something else as well. So this lives in this weird space between image video and something else. I don't know, just like V cinema or something.
It's very light on the image, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So a little bit about Eiko Kuroki. So she was born in Shizuoka, but she was raised in Tokyo. Born in 1969, so she was very young when she was in this. And in 1985, she graduated from junior high school, and she was scouted while she was in Harajuku by like a model scout, and that's when she started her career as a model. And she was on a late night variety show called 11 p.m.
Right.
Have you ever heard of this before?
No.
I think it's a really big show that has run for like a very, very long time. So this is a TV debut. I couldn't really, the show was a bit too specifically Japanese for me to make any sense of, but it's basically like a variety show, and they would have some young babes on it. And she was one of the babes. In the 80s that she was on that. She went on to appear in a few movies in the late 80s, but really just a tiny handful, like not much at all. And she's probably best known for the original video film called Star Virgin from 1988, so the same year that this came out. Have you heard of that before? So it's not directed by Kawasaki, that film. It's directed by someone called Ichiro Omomo.
Omomo.
Ichiro Omomo. And this oh my god.
This guy.
Fucking hell, I went down a rabbit hole.
Oh yeah? What happened?
I don't want to get too sidelined, but he made this film called All About Mighty Lady. Do you know what that is? No. We might be doing that on
okay.
I watched it a while ago and had forgotten about it, but then realized Star Virgin was by him as well. But you know that fucked up, like, we might have even talked about it in the pub before, that weird human doll stuff in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
I think he might be the guy that essentially started that.
Oh, fucking hell.
I found his YouTube as well, and just Oh my god, I was...
That's a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, we got to do this for the pod, but I'm going to need like 6 months to research this one. But yeah, Star Virgin is not the human doll thing, but it's basically Kuroki is the hero of the film, and she transforms into like this hero with like armor bikini, which I was reading about. Like, oh, it's the first film to ever feature armor bikini. I'm like, okay, is that a thing? I guess
it is now.
Yeah. Also, if you look it up on YouTube, there's a pilot of the film that I think is better than the film itself.
Oh, really?
Of Star Virgin. And in Star Virgin, she does... I really wanted to talk to you about this. The puffed out cute face.
Oh, yeah.
You know, in Japan.
Yeah.
So in Star Virgin, she's doing that constantly, just like, the whole time. I remember the first time I saw that face, like years and years and years ago when I first visited Japan, and I saw that on TV, like a girl doing that face.
Yeah.
I was talking to my partner, I'm like, what the fuck is that? The fuck is that face? She's like, oh, it's meant to be cute. I'm like, what? That's meant to be cute?
Yeah.
It's baffling. This kind of puffed out cheeks and like kind of doing a face.
It's like a weird like pout with your lips and your cheeks all inflated. Yeah.
But yeah, Kuroki is the master of doing that. She does it non-stop in that film.
Oh, mate.
But yeah, after 1990, that was kind of just the end for her. She disappeared and there's nothing about her.
Huh.
I sat through a 14-minute fucking video about the babes from 11 p.m. trying to find out more about her, and her segment was like, yeah, she disappeared after 1990. No one knows anything about her career after that.
Oh, fucking hell.
So I'm like, all right, guess she, I don't know, retired and disappeared from the public eye. And if you search for her on YouTube, you'll just be seeing a lot of image videos.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot.
Does she do the pout face in the image videos?
I feel like it was the Star Virgin film only, like that, or like that really kind of. The director must just love that face.
Maybe it was of the time. I guess. You don't really see that too much nowadays, do you?
You reckon it's not a thing anymore, or not as much?
I mean, I don't really hang out with that many young, cute 11 p.m. babes, so I don't really know what's big now. But
oh, man, yeah. Anyway, well, let's get on to Miracle Bunny itself then. So Miracle Bunny 1 and 2.
There we go.
So this was split into 2 parts. According to Kawasaki, this was only ever released on VHS, never in any other format. Don't think there's any other plans for it to be released in any other format. And yeah, it was released basically as an image video for fans of Kuroki, but it's also got this narrative, so it's, again, somewhere in between. The production period was 2 weeks, which seems like quite a long time.
Yeah.
It was shot in Tokyo and somewhere else, which we'll get to later.
I have questions.
That's a pretty funny one. So let's get into the film, and throughout it, I'll sprinkle in those facts that Kawasaki told me. So straight away, opening titles... Silly fucking song that we played instead of our theme song today.
Some wacky VHS effects.
Yeah, VHS. Like this sort of shitty static, right? Video effects. And I love it. The first thing you see are these bunny ears slowly appearing in the frame.
Oh, yeah.
From the bottom up into frame. And then the title comes up. Miracle Bunny.
Knockout stuff. Now, this song, like, I don't really know, but would this be classed as city pop or?
Oh, that's a good question. It is city pop sounding.
Is it a prelude to city pop?
I'm not a big expert on city pop, so
that's
I can't
big
say
now,
for
isn't
sure.
it? That's having a revival.
Oh man, it's annoying because there's some bands that I like that fall into that category. You can't find their records anymore because they've just been slurped up by all the
city
the
pop weebos.
City pop weebos. But yeah, I was wondering, listening to this song, if it was Kuroki singing, because she's an idol. It's not her. Don't know who it is. Kawasaki didn't mention who it was, but it isn't her.
I think it says in the opening, it's like Imai something.
Right.
They have a name grant.
But yeah, this title sequence is fucking great. So just silhouetted bunny woman dancing around. And what else do we see in this opening?
Pineapples. We see pineapples also dancing.
Pineapple men.
Like you said, with the bunny ears coming up into the frame from the bottom. You see this green little tuft of pineapple hair.
I think already from this title sequence, I'm like, I gotta do this for the plot.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as I saw those pineapple men.
I'll tell you the thing that I was most taken back by with this title sequence is that there are 4 assistant directors for this.
Yeah.
They have a director and 4 ADs for this fucking 30-minute image video. How? What were they all doing? The crew is massive.
Yeah.
What were they doing?
Oh, who knows? Who knows? I also loved in this song. I was watching this with Tana and getting her to translate stuff that I didn't understand. And she was saying, I'm like, what's the lyrics of this song? She's like, it's fucking nonsense. It's just like describing what a bunny looks like and sort of cutesy kind of lyrics and stuff. So not important to the plot.
It's no worm eaters that tells you where the story's going.
No, not quite. So then we cut to a pretty unexpected location for a film that's about a bunny woman.
Oh, yeah.
We cut to an office building and we've got this ridiculous montage of all these salarymen and office ladies working like crazy. It's all kind of sped up footage.
I loved it.
And like all this classical music's playing and they're like doing fucking random calculations. It's like shut up a calculator, like doing it's all like fast motion.
I thought it was great.
It's so good.
Like seeing the office setting, but no computers on the desk as well.
That's true.
Wow, that was a wild time to be doing office work.
Yeah, I love that. This film is very much like late 80s Showa era Japan, which was really interesting to get a glimpse into. So then an alarm rings.
Oh, yeah.
Which I was like, well, that's fucking stupid. There's no such thing as an alarm at work. And Tana's like, is it for lunch? No, that's normal.
Is it?
Apparently that's the thing.
The fuck? I've never worked in a place where it has an alarm.
An alarm goes off and everyone goes to lunch.
Which I was also thinking, like, mate, Japanese people do not leave work that suddenly.
Yeah.
They will make sure the task is finished. They will stay way over time.
Yes, but an alarm rings. Everyone gets up to go to lunch, except this bespectacled young lady called Miko, who
was
is,
it Miko?
What did you think it was?
I thought it was Biko. And I was thinking, is B like for bunny? Like, every time they said her name, I heard it was like Biko. They're like, hey, Biko-chan. And I was like, it's gonna be fucking bunny. Is it Miko?
When we watched it, we thought it was Miko. Fuck.
Mind blown.
I mean, it could be Biko.
Well, I was saying that, but Biko's not a name.
No.
That's why I was like, is it B for bunny? And Ko is like a suffix,
right?
Often used in like girls' names.
Yeah.
So I was like, is it like Bunny Ko-chan or?
Fuck. I mean, you could be right.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. What should I call her? Biko or Miko?
Oh god.
Guys, we just paused recording and we have a huge bit of news for you.
Is it that big?
This is big news. This is big news. It is not Miko. Guy is in fact correct. It is Biko.
It's Biko for bunny.
Fucking hell. I watched this fucking thing 3 times and every time I heard Miko.
Picked up your fucking ears then.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, holy mackerel. This has just messed with my head massively.
To give Tyner a karate chop later.
So, our leading Miracle Bunny lady, Biko, who at this point doesn't look like a bunny. She's a very grim looking office lady.
Oh, yeah.
She's got glasses on and they've really gone apeshit on the makeup.
Yeah.
Like they've sort of given her bags and spots under her eyes. And yeah, I was kind of shocked when I first saw her. I'm like, this is Miracle Bunny. This
we're
is
watching an image video of this haggard old office lady.
But yeah, another office lady comes over and approaches Biko and asks her to come to lunch, and she turns around and there's this sort of amazing shot that's like really close on Kuroki's face. And it's kind of lit from underneath with like this red light.
Really garish, yeah.
And she refuses to come to lunch at that point. She's still
love
working.
it. I love it.
ミーコさん、一緒にお昼行かない？
いえ、私はいいです。
And the thing that I also loved about this is her co-workers are all like really like pretty office ladies, and they're always like framed and lit really nicely. And when they look at Biko's character, the framing is always off-center. It's always like tilted and really garishly litten. I love it.
It's so great.
She's like, "Watashi wa ii desu." Like, no, I don't want to go to lunch with you.
So then in the canteen, the work canteen, the office canteen, all those office ladies are at a table chatting away together. Biko comes in, sits far away from them, sits by herself, and she eats while the other babe office ladies gossip about her, and it's also sped up as well. There's a lot of sped up footage in this film. It's like, as they complain about her. And as Biko's eating, she's eating a curry, right? And she's putting the carrots...
Separating the carrots.
And refusing to eat them.
Which is odd for a miracle bunny.
It is odd, but she's a miracle bunny in denial. Biko is denying her bunniness.
She's a miracle bunny in denial.
So then we cut to
like her deep-rooted shame, isn't it? She doesn't want to admit that she's a bunny.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
We're going to see a lot of that in this film. So then the office ladies, the office babes, they're in the toilet. Not. It sounds horrible.
They're in the powder room.
They're in the powder room. And they're talking about how much they dislike Biko. So they're like, oh, why is she so gloomy? Yeah. How does she live like that? How did she even get a job at this company? And they claim that, she knew someone and that's how she got the job.
I had to look this up because they said like she came in through the kone. And I was like, what the fuck is kone? And it's like short for connection.
Yeah. She has some kind of connection with someone.
Kone in Japanese.
Which is not something we ever hear about again.
Yeah. They just use it as an excuse to create this gloomy, mysterious character about her, yeah. But they don't... apparently this connection, kone thing, that has a very like negative image surrounding it.
Right.
So they just really painted that bad picture of her.
So Biko walks in. They all stop talking, obviously. And they watch her, the office bully babes, watch her as she goes into a toilet cubicle. And I love this because it's like instantly the toilet flushes as soon as she goes in. The office bullies leave, and Biko looks at herself in the mirror, looking very bleak. Bags under her eyes, looks horrific.
It's because she's not been eating her carrots.
She's not been eating her carrots. She has no energy. She looks really bad. And then suddenly, out of nowhere,
oh man,
some bunny ears pop up.
Shoot out of her head, like through her hair on top of her head, and she like frantically tries to like conceal them again under her hair. So I guess she's like living in this constant state of fear where any moment her bunny ears could just shoot out of her head, and just like, keep constantly making sure they're like tucked away under her hair
to hide the shame of her bunny life. Oh, God. So then we're back in the office. The bell rings again, this time to, I guess, mark the end of work. Wish I had one of those at my office.
Oh, Christ, yeah.
Get out in time. And then we meet the hunk of the office.
He's got some serious eyebrows on, hasn't he, this guy? Fucking hell.
He's a real Showa era, late 80s hunk salary man. Saijo, I think was his name.
Was it?
Yeah, Saijo. He approaches her, ignoring the office bully babes, because they're like, oh, he's such a hunk, we love him. He goes right past them and approaches Biko. He asks her out, gives her his card, and says he'll be waiting for her.
Which he, like, throws at her.
Yeah, that's right. He sort of flings
it. And this shot, like, was really odd for me, because you see him, like, it's almost like he's looking at the camera, flicks his card towards the camera, like a point of view type shot. But then we cut to, like, Biko, and his card is on, like, a bit of string. Like, what's that about? Were they going for some kind of, like, camera trickery?
I don't know, but
it's like attached to some string.
Yeah. What the fuck were they doing? It's great.
The office babes are livid.
Yeah, they are. They can't. They fucking want to go on a date with Saijo. They can't believe it.
No.
And then we get this great location. I fucking love this. Again, like, I just love all the fucking like that late 80s bubble era. Everything's super nice, but in this sort of outdated Showa kind of way.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're in this bar, very, very Showa era looking bar. Saijo's sitting there drinking champagne
on his own. He's got like a champagne flute on the go. Yeah.
But it's kind of this romantic...
Smoking a cigarette like a cool man.
Yeah, it's very darkly lit.
Yeah.
And he's looking like a cool salary hunk. And yeah, Biko comes in, sits down with him. He orders a vodka martini, makes a shitty joke.
I can't believe he did that. He actually did a shaken not stirred for her. Like, he had the balls to do the James Bond.
Yeah.
But it's great, 'cause, I mean, it's such a ridiculous scene, but if you saw this person in real life, you would just want to fucking punch him in the face. You know, like, he clicks his fingers at the waiter, he's like, oh, shaken not stirred.
Yeah.
You know? It's so over the top.
Yeah. It's great. Yeah, Biko's really confused as to why he's invited her. He's like, she's like, oh, the other girls, they're prettier than me. But he's like, no,
he goes, you're a diamond.
Yeah, you're a diamond you're a diamond in the rough. And he's like, I want you to show the world how pretty you are. And he does a classic taking off of the glasses. Yeah. He takes off her glasses. You know, the classic kind of beauty reveal moment. But she kind of just looks the same.
I kind of loved this shot. You take off the glasses, and then the picture gets kind of all blurry, doesn't it? But you kind of see, like, she's crying through the blur. Her eyes are all watery.
Poor Biko.
But she's loving it, though. She's smitten. She's like, oh, someone loves me for who I am. And then we get the greatest transition ever. We cut to them by the river. And dance ensues. They have this fucking long night moonlit dance outside somewhere. And it goes on for so long, and it's so horribly filmed because we keep getting these establishing shots of the two of them dancing, and the camera then flings off to look at the sky or the sea or something. And they're outside at night.
Where was this place?
We don't even know.
How did they get there?
Don't know. But
like, I know a nice place.
Let's go dance outside
on some random rooftop.
It's like there's no music. There's nothing. I mean, there's music added on into the
that's
film.
Such a good point. So they should have done like a cut to the real world where there's like no sound, and it's just like the shuffling of their feet. To silence.
Dude, I cannot stand dancing. Really? I mean, like, seriously dancing. You know, like, it's not like you go to the club or something, or you go to a gig or something, you just have a little shuffle, that's fine. But I cannot think of anything worse than, like, locking in with someone and romantically dancing somewhere. That just is, like, my idea of hell. But to think that they're doing this, and there's no music, there's no nothing. It was just like you said, be their feet shuffling. It would get very awkward very quickly.
Well, and things do get very awkward very quickly. There's a sudden turn because he goes to kiss her. As he goes to kiss her, her ears pop up out of nowhere, and his reaction... I mean, what would your reaction be if you went to kiss someone and bunny ears popped up? I'd probably assume it was like a funny prank. I'd be like, hey! That would probably be my reaction. I'd be like, ahoy!
Ahoy! You would say ahoy.
I would say, ahoy! Hey! What would your reaction be?
You kind of put me on the spot. I've never thought about this.
Maybe that your reaction would be stunned silence then.
Yeah. I would probably ask if they have a tail as well.
There you go, yeah. I would definitely not do what Saijo does, which is... completely freaks out and runs away in a fucking panic.
He calls her a monster.
Yeah, he's like, you're a fucking monster.
Yeah. And his reaction, I think he says, acha. Which is apparently a very, like, manga-esque reaction.
Yeah. That cracked Tana up quite a lot. It is ridiculous.
As he runs, though, he's kind of, like, flicking his legs around.
Yeah. That's a very Kawasaki kind of thing. Like, people moving in this cartoonish kind of way. In his early work, he loves that shit.
Right.
Oh, God. And then something happens in this next part that is one of my favorite things about this film. So, as Biko's walking home, all sad, we get this fucking... It's crazy. We get a superimposed tortoise, giant superimposed tortoise, walking across the frame.
Yeah.
And it's doing like this. How do you explain the sound? Like it's like a digital synthesized video game walk. And there's no one draws any attention to it. It just happens.
No context to it whatsoever.
And it's a recurring thing in this film.
It was so out of nowhere. Yeah. I was like, wait, what? What the fuck was that? Literally just a superimposed tortoise walks across the screen.
It's great.
And everything that we've seen up until this point has been, very wacky and bizarre, but within its own narrative. Yeah. This scene was just so out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's just like, it's almost like they finished the film and they're like, let's make it a bit more wacky. I've got this footage of this tortoise. Why don't we just put it in a few scenes?
But tell you what, though, I watched this first time on my own a few days ago, and then I watched it again last night with my partner.
Oh, you made her watch this?
Yeah, I was like, you're gonna love this. I was like, you're gonna love it. Come on, let's do it together. And
what was the reaction?
Well, I was waiting for the tortoise because that for me fucking blew my mind, and I was like, "Here it comes! It's the bloody tortoise!" And she had like no reaction. And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Did you not see the fucking tortoise?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Don't you think that's kind of mad?" And she was like, "Yeah, but thinking about it, rabbits and tortoises come in sets in Japan." And for her, she thought about it really logically.
That does actually make sense.
Rabbits and tortoise are often considered as a set. Or like a pair. Like you got the race of the tortoise and the hare. And I was like, whoa, don't apply logic to this, woman. But I feel like she kind of hit the nail on that one.
I didn't even think of that.
Me neither. For me, it was just so abstract that I didn't even think that there might be a reason. But she managed to figure it out quite logically.
Oh, fuck, I did not think of that. It's still completely out of the blue.
Yeah.
So Biko heads home. We hear someone, as she walks in, a man's voice, someone angrily watching, or excitedly, somewhere between anger and excitement, watching baseball. And we see the TV, which has bunny ears.
That's the antenna.
The antenna is literally bunny ears, which I thought was a great gag. And we're not seeing who's watching the TV, but we're seeing like bits of his body, and it's pretty clear at this point. It's a rabbit. It's a rabbit. Yeah, it's a bunny. And he demands off screen. He's demanding for her to make dinner. And at this point, she's home, so her ears just pop up.
I guess she's like relaxing now.
Relaxed at home, yeah. So she prepares the meal, chopping vegetables, chopping carrots, and she sits opposite this still not seen figure. And he starts eating the carrots, and we finally get the reveal of Daddy Bunny.
I love the reveal because we see him eating the carrot. You see the kind of the big fluffy hand take the carrot, and then the camera like zooms out, and you see his face. And how would you describe it?
Fucking hell! It's hard.
It's
to
like
describe.
Almost like a caricature of a rabbit man.
Yeah,
it's very overly exaggerated features.
It's kind of frightening. Like it's quite terrifying. Like you say, bunny man. Like the face is not a typical cute rabbit face.
It's like not cute at all.
Fucked up man's face. Kind of, yeah. But he's quite terrifying. He's got this massive fucking mouth as well.
Oh, yeah.
With big old teeth. So when I saw this, I was pretty blown away by that puppet. Because it looks cool. Like, it's terrifying, and it's a fucking cool puppet. So this is quite exciting stuff about this. So I asked Kawasaki, who made this? Like, what was the, story behind this puppet? So it was sculpted by Fuyuki Shinada, who would later, the year after this, go on to work on Godzilla vs. Violent. And he is the sculptor, the creator of Violent, which is, I know you've
not seen it,
Godzilla guy, but that is one of the best monsters.
Oh, yeah?
It's a fucking amazing, plant monster. So he worked on that, a whole lot of other Godzilla films. He worked on Ultraman shows, including Ultraman Ginga and Ultraman Orb, which again, I know you don't like Ultraman, but they're fucking great shows. They're right up on my shelf right there. But they're like two of my favorite shows. Yeah, he also worked on the Kawasaki film The Monster X Strikes Back, which is kind of this unofficial sequel to an old kaiju film.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the full title is The Monster X Strikes Back Attack the G8 Summit.
Fucking hell.
So it's set in the G8 Summit. He said that, because I was interested to know like how it looked kind of like a complicated puppet, but Kawasaki was like, no, it was all good. It was easy to manipulate.
As he was talking, he was like opening the guy in the costume was opening the mouth with his arm, like he was moving his arm up and down to create the looks of it opening and closing.
But this puppet just adds such a great layer to this. I think without it would. I might not have chosen to do it for this, but as soon as I saw that face, I'm like, fuck, that is messed up. We've got to do this.
It is quite the stuff of nightmares, isn't it?
Yeah, it's terrifying.
And they're having dinner, and he's like, "Hey, where are your carrots?"
Yeah,
because she's not eating carrots; she's having radish instead.
Yeah, they have this big argument over her kind of bunny denial stuff, right? So he's like, "Come on, eat the carrots; they give you energy." She just doesn't want to do it. She's sick of this whole thing. She has to hide her ears. Men don't like her. She doesn't want to be a rabbit.
This conversation escalates so much. It's ridiculous.
Oh my god. And then she drops a bombshell as well in there. So the daddy bunny is like, no, you can't hide from being a rabbit. It's like it's like really serious the way it's delivered. It's like, rabbits are better than humans. We're noble creatures. And then Miko's like, well, Mum's dead because of you. Essentially, because you're a rabbit. And we don't get too much more details, but basically, like, Mum suffered so much because she married a fucking rabbit. Is basically the message here.
But then, what does he say? He goes, "No, she died from a disease."
Yeah, she was sick. She died.
And then she's like, "I hate you. I hate you." I'm watching this scene like unfold in front of me. I was like, "Hang on, isn't this an image video about a half rabbit woman? Why are we learning about dead mums and diseases?" And just to paint the picture, this room that they're in is really grimly lit. Like there's cracks in the windows. Everything is this grey, dark brown. It's very, very unattractive. And we're having this conversation about dead mums and diseases. So after she says, I hate you," he does the Chabadai flip. He flips the table and then fucking punches her.
お母さんはお父さんと結婚したから死んじゃったのよ。違う。あれは病気だった。お父さんなんて嫌い。大嫌いよ。
Do you know about the whole table flip thing in Japan? Oh. So I cannot believe that they did this. So there's this thing called Chabadai Gaeshi, and the Chabadai is that low table, like the one that we're sitting around now. So it's a low table, short legs, and the Chabadai Gaeshi, or table flip if you want. It's such a kind of image of the Showa era and like angry dads, and always when there's an escalation in conversation, always the dad flips the table and more often than not punches someone. It's so embedded in the Showa era culture. And I think that there was like an anime or manga, and every single episode, guaranteed, the dad does the Chabadai Gaeshi.
Right.
And it became so big that there's actually an arcade game. There's an arcade, and there's a table. The controller is the table, and you have to flip it. It's like one of those like punching bag arcade games where you got to flip the table up. It's fucking great.
Oh my god, I had no idea. That's amazing.
It's awesome. Yeah. So the bunny dad flips the table, punches Biko down, and she walks out.
Yeah,
she does a runner.
She's very understandably upset after that. But Daddy Bunny is also pretty down about this. You can tell he regrets what he did. He takes out some rabbit sake. It's got like a little rabbit logo on it.
Did you see the name of the sake?
No, what was it? I missed it. What was it?
This is one of the instances where I was like, this film is genius, because there's so many subtleties. Like you said, there's some sake that he pulls out from the cupboard. I think on the label there are pictures of rabbits, maybe.
Yeah.
But the name of the sake itself is Brainstroke.
Fuck, I didn't see that. That's great. Wow. So he starts sculling down his Brainstroke sake. And he's looking at the shrine of his wife. And he's kind of, you know, sadly talking about his daughter. He doesn't understand why she's acting this way, talking about their relationship, like his wife and his dead wife's relationship with him, and how she loved him even though he's a rabbit. And then it gets into some, like, kind of feels like at times this film feels like it's an animal fucking grooming film or something, because it's like, you know, we're both creatures on the planet, you know, what's wrong, we should be able to love each other. There's a fair bit of that stuff in this film. And yeah, he walks over and opens this cupboard, and this red light comes over him. It's like this flashing red light, and then we cut away. It's
kind of filmed low down. He looks quite sinister, doesn't he?
Yeah. So we don't...
got the red light in his face, kind of smoke engulfs the room.
And then we don't see what happens after this point. Then we cut outside, and there's a woman that we haven't met yet. She's walking down this tunnel. And who walks past?
The
tortoise walks past again.
For some reason.
With that same sound effect.
Oh, it's like, well. Do you have any information about this lady?
No, I don't. No.
Because I was very curious, because she doesn't look full Japanese. She looks like half.
Right.
And in the credits, there is a foreigner, like, appearing.
Okay.
And I was watching it with my partner last night, and she was curious as to who that was. And my partner researched her, and she said that she was in some NHK program or something. But I didn't look into her at all. But
I should have looked into that more. There are a few foreigner actors that Kawasaki uses a few times over, so I wonder if this is someone who would appear in his later work as well.
Interesting.
But, you know, I didn't check up on her.
No worries.
Yeah.
So we got some attractive half German Japanese lady walking through the tunnel at night with a tortoise.
And like a shadow appears in the background. She reacts to it straight away, panics, starts to run. And then we start to see that the shadow is actually this pineapple man that we saw at the start dancing around. And we've got this like tribal drum beat kind of music playing.
I'll tell you what, they're quite unsettling. Their movement is freaky. It kind of reminded me of, I don't know if I'm going to say you did watch it. You know, like the Power Rangers?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember those, like, I think they're called puddies or paddies or something? The grey things? Yeah. They had that really kind of erratic movement to them.
Sure,
and these reminded me of them.
It is that
it's very unsettling.
It's like a cartoonish kind of walk, but I think it's made frightening by the design.
Yeah.
So it's basically a man with a pineapple as a head, but googly eyes. Yeah. On it, and like Hawaiian shirts, like they're all in Hawaiian shirts. Of course.
But the mouth, oh man, the mouth is almost like a V shape. It's like this big, thick V shape. Yeah. So it almost looks like a smile, and it really reminded me of in recent times we had that Momo. Oh, the Momo challenge.
Yeah, that's exactly what Tana said.
Oh, yeah?
Watched it. She's like, they kind of look like Momo. Yeah. Yeah, they are very Momo-esque. I think that's something unsettling, uncanny about them, yeah. So she gets dragged away, the half Japanese lady. And then we get the fucking funniest, like, newspaper headings that start coming up. They start flashing onto the screen, like, these reports of beautiful women being kidnapped. And it says, over 10,000 women are missing. 10,000 women have been kidnapped.
By pineapples,
yeah. And then the office bullies, bully babes, they're reading the paper. And instead of being scared, they're pissed off because they haven't been kidnapped. And they're like, yeah, sure, we get it if Biko isn't kidnapped, but what about us? So Biko goes back home, and Daddy Bunny is gone.
There's a pineapple on the table.
Yeah, a pineapple on the table. She's waiting around for him, all kind of annoyed. A clock chimes. It's like a bunny cuckoo clock.
Oh, yeah.
Great art direction in this film. A lot of effort.
I love the subtleties in this film, yeah.
And then we get this great montage of her looking for her dad.
Can I just stop you just for a second? Just before that, before she goes out, did you see what she was doing? So she's got this big bottle, and she's got a wooden stick, and she's like pumping the stick into it while she's waiting for her. Did you get that?
No.
Because I had no idea what she was doing.
No, I had no idea either.
So I had to ask my partner about that. Bit of a tangent. but I think it's kind of interesting as well. Nothing to do with the bunny stuff. But so basically, imagine like a massive glass bottle of sake, and it's filled with rice. And she has this big wooden stick, almost like a broom handle, and she's like pumping it in and out to it. I was like, what the fuck is she doing? And apparently this comes from during the wartime. So during the wartime, the country used to give out rations of rice. And as the war continued, they couldn't get white rice anymore. So they were giving out brown rice. But because Japanese people love rice, they wanted to eat white rice. What they would do is they would put the brown rice into these big sake bottles and pound it with this wooden stick, and it would refine the rice and eventually turn it into white rice by like shedding the outer layers. And apparently that continued quite long after the war, but especially for poorer families.
Ah, okay.
And it was often the child's job in these poorer families to refine the rice by hand. So I think that was really like, they really tried to create that image of her being from like this poor rundown family.
That's a really great little detail.
Right? Yeah. I asked my partner and she was like, yeah, like people of this era won't know what that is because you'd never see anymore. No one's doing that. But during the wartime and slightly after the war, that was still relatively the thing.
That is fascinating.
So I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah.
You could hand refine rice.
There you go. So try a bit of that after this podcast. Got some brown rice in the fridge.
Oh, but saying that, she said like, even though people don't do it nowadays, I say she, I mean my partner, she said like, a lot of like kids, like when they go on field trips or something, you can do this as an experience, like refine your own rice, and they still use the same methods. Interesting. Anyway, so
so after she's refined some rice, she heads out, and we get this excellent montage. I love this. Again, it's like this. I fucking love all this bubble era shit. She's going around to these different places trying to find out where her dad is. So we see her at like I guess like an izakaya or something like that, a pachinko parlor, and just all these like
video rental.
Yeah, that's right, the video rental place. All these great little places, but everyone's very unhelpful and kind of barely paying any attention.
Yeah,
to
because
her.
she looks like a haggard old salary woman.
Exactly, yeah. That's why they're not interested in her at this point. So she goes back home and seems like she's sort of given up. She's like, oh, maybe I'm better off without him. But then she opens up a cupboard and this photo falls out, and she sees herself as a kid with the bunny daddy in this photo. And then from this photo, it fades into this montage that's been shot at Hanayashiki Amusement Park in Taito. We get this fucking stupid like montage of the bunny daddy with this child actor who's meant to be Biko as a child, and I feel bad saying this, one of the worst child actors ever. Just the most mindless performance. Like her face
she
is
must
blank
be
the whole way
fucking
through.
5, maybe, you know.
But her face the entire time is empty. Like there's nothing going on there. Within this montage, we see him on like different rides and things like that, and then the bunny daddy is grabbed by these animals.
All of a sudden,
catches out of nowhere.
So it's like really like happy-go-lucky. They're laughing together, eating ice cream together, going on rides, having a hell of a time. The music suddenly changes, and these like animal catchers come along with nets. Grab him, grab the dad.
And, oh god,
and put him in jail.
Yeah, and I love this shot. So they throw him in jail, and we get this amazing shot of him flying into the jail, but it's a toy version of the bunny, just like
a little
flopping down.
Animal. It's tiny. He goes from this massive, like larger than a human size to this tiny little stuffed animal that they throw in a cell. And then we just cut back to the girl crying because her dad's been taken away. Which is like this film kind of. In a nutshell, you have these really crazy, wacky, funny scenes, and then these really dark parts.
Yeah.
So the camera just lingers on this 5-year-old child weeping because her dad's just been taken away. Right off from this really happy-go-lucky fairgrounds montage.
So then when we go back to out of this memory, Biko's changed her mind. She's like, I gotta find my dad. I gotta do this. And she eats the carrot and transforms finally into Miracle Buddy.
Has she embraced her bunniness now?
Yeah, she's going for it now. She's like, no, fuck it. I'm a fucking bunny. Eats the carrot. Her pants fall down. I mean, how would you describe the Miracle Bunny outfit?
Well, it's we said before, we got the bunny ears, which just seems to be very cheap, like headband, strap-on kind of things. The suit, it's kind of like some weird leotards, like a gymnastic leotard with a diamond cut out the middle, so you can see like her lower breasts hanging down and her stomach. Apart from the ears, there's not really much bunniness going on, is there?
It's not that bunny-esque, yeah. So then we get a repeat of the montage that we saw before, but this time everyone is loving it. And every time they talk to her, we get their eyes turn into hearts, but it's like sort of cut out paper put over their eyes.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, and the way she moves, so she's bouncing now.
Yeah, that's right.
So she hops
around.
she hops into the pachinko parlor, taps on the guy's shoulder. He turns around and immediately, it's just like a cut of a frame. Just has these like paper hearts stuck to his glasses now. And she hops away with the ukulele now.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we don't
where these were found.
Some kind of conversation happened between them. We don't see any of it. We see her hop over, tap on the shoulder. His eyes turn to hearts. Now she has a ukulele in her hand. So now she's got the ukulele, and she goes back to the video rental place. And again, the same guy, hearts on the eyes. She gets some chocolate or whatever, hops away. But that is where I saw and why I wanted to ask you about Eiko-chan. Because there's a VHS of Eiko-chan on the counter.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, there you go.
And I was like, wait, because I've seen Eiko-chan before, and thinking back to it, there is a lot of somewhat similarities stylistically between these two films. And I did a little search on Eiko-chan, and there is a lot of similarities in the box art between Miracle Bunny and Eiko-chan. And one of the big things that I noticed was in Eiko-chan, the N, it kind of like flicks up and there's a heart mark on the end. And in Miracle Bunny, it kind of flicks up and there's a rabbit paw print.
Right.
And I was thinking, like, is this kind of like a homage, if you will, or he's taken inspiration, but it's the same director.
Yeah, same guy.
Awesome. So he put his previous film, like, bang in center frame of this video rental shop. Love it. Love it.
Nice.
I'm so glad that you told me that it's the same director.
So Biko is back at home now, and she's got her clues that she's collected. So she's got pineapples, the ukulele, and these macadamia nut chocolate box of chocolates.
They're delicious, by the way. You ever tried them?
I don't think I've tried them before. And yeah, they're spinning around her. It's almost like she's meditating on these clues, trying to, find the connection between them. And then a title comes into frame, and it just says, Hawaii.
そうだわかったタイだわ
So then hard cut to a plane.
Oh, yeah.
And she's just heading to Hawaii. But
where does she really go?
okay, so when I was watching this the first time, I'm like, is this what Hawaii looks like? And I was like, because I've never been.
Disappointed.
I've never been to Hawaii, and I was like watching. I'm like, really? Is this Hawaii? Like, it doesn't seem right. It doesn't look like Hawaii. And I was just kind of baffled watching it the first time. And then when I talked to him, he told me it was actually shot in Cebu in the Philippines.
Right.
So this is kind of interesting. The reason that they went to Cebu. So initially this was meant to be an image video, right? And the original plan for this was it would just be an image video where they would go to the Philippines and just shoot there.
Right.
And that would be it.
Right.
None of the bunny shit. None of that stuff. So that was still kind of part of the budget of this film, that they could go to Cebu and film this stuff. So that's why in there. Don't know why they couldn't have just made it the Philippines in the storyline, but
I guess there's more like things associated with Hawaii. Maybe they already had the pineapple mask, so it had to be Hawaii. I don't know. But I feel like because we mentioned before, this is a 2-part series. In the first part, we don't really see the nitty and gritty of Hawaii, Cebu. Like, we don't see the streets. It's more just like the beach. I didn't really think too much about it during part 1, but then in Miracle Bunny part 2, I was like, this is definitely not Hawaii. There's something very wrong here. So
now the film goes full image video at this point. So for the last, I don't know what it was, 10 minutes or something of the film, we basically get a montage of Biko, not in the Miracle Bunny outfit, just in a variety of swimsuits, just doing shit in Cebu. So we see her playing with a bunch of dogs. There's a lot of footage of dogs biting her and like her carrying dogs. Yeah. We see her with some random fucking creepy gaijin kids.
Oh, dude, no, this scene floored me.
The kids?
The kids. Yeah. I laughed so much during this shot because we got like this massive, like I said, like, I don't know, we got 5 minutes of her frolicking around in the ocean, playing with a beach ball, playing with some dogs. And then we just cut to like, first, 2 little white babies, like toddlers, naked on the beach, drinking some Sprite. And then the camera, like, pans across, and she's holding one of them. Yeah. There's a third one, which she's, like, holding like a baby. This little white little kid just like...
Yeah, it goes for so long, this stuff. The song's playing again as well, right? One thing I enjoyed as well, she's doing all these flips on the beach, just flipping and flipping and flipping. Yeah. That's her thing, because in Star Virgin, she also does a bunch of flips in it.
Oh, so good stuff.
They must have just been like, yeah, what can you do? A couple of flips.
A few pouty faces.
Do some pouty faces and some flips. And then, the song ends up cutting out, and we see that she's on a boat, and then the film ends there, basically. So the film ends.
But we get a little voiceover, don't we?
Yes.
Like, tune in next time to find out, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And we see the tortoise again,
and
walking
it
across the frame.
Yeah, and the voiceover says, like, and what's with that tortoise? Find out next time.
Which we don't.
We don't!
So that's the end of movie 1.
Yeah.
So then we're on to movie 2, which is... There's not much in this film.
Did you watch these back to back?
Yeah.
Right, because I watched part 1, and then I had to go to work.
Yeah.
And I could not concentrate at work. I was like, I need to know what's happened to Miracle Bunny. Like, does she find her dad? I need to know what's with the tortoise, what's with the pineapple man. I had so many questions unanswered that I could not wait to get back and start part 2.
But for part 2, literally the first 10 minutes of the film is a flashback.
And bearing in mind, this is only 30 minutes.
Yeah, less than 30 minutes. So there's only 17 minutes of new stuff in the second part. But we basically get a full, comprehensive recap of the whole first film. I fucking love the music that's playing in this. It's some like banging 80s nonsense playing. Yeah, there's a voiceover, which again mentions the mysterious tortoise.
Yeah, I was freaking out. I was freaking out. Because, like you said, we only had 17 minutes left of this story.
And you're like, come on.
And you know what? When you told me that this is like an image video with a little story about a bunny woman, I thought it was going to be relatively simple.
Yeah.
It's not at all. I thought this was going to be her doing rabbit stuff, but we have her disappeared father, pineapple men kidnapping beautiful women, a tortoise that needs explaining. Like, now she's in Hawaii, and I was like, how are they going to wrap all of this up with just 17 minutes left? And that's not the only thing. They don't even just try to wrap these up, they introduce more plots and more subplots. Like, they have fucking stuffed this last 17 minutes with so many things.
It's relentless. I love that. A tortoise that needs explaining. We've got a tortoise that needs explaining.
I needed to know.
So finally, after this massive recap, we see her at this beach bar, and she's forgotten why she's come to Hawaii. She's like, wait, what was I doing? Oh yeah, shit. I gotta look for my dad because she's been too busy shooting an image video. So the first clue that she's looking into is the pineapple. So she's about to go off to do some sleuthing. And we get this weird transition where we see these color bars, like color test bars. And they open up, and we get this fucking weird shit. This weird shot with all the pineapple men standing around this pixelated, like, blurred out character. Which makes it almost
having
feel...
some weird, like, meeting. It's like a pitch black, smoky room, and they're all just, like, talking, like...
weird sounds playing. And like, this character that we can't see is pixelated, which almost feels pornographic in a weird kind of way. And they're looking at this photo of Biko. And then, back to Biko. She's wandering around, Hawaii in
Hawaii.
quotations, but actually,
Oh my God, yeah.
all this stuff, dude, it's intense.
Yeah.
So basically, you've got Eiko Kuroki walking around, just getting followed by an enormous amount of people. So they clearly did not close off anything
No.
to get to film this stuff. Yeah.
You cannot see outside of the frame. The frame is so stuffed full of people's faces. Everyone is like huddled up, staring directly at her, staring at the camera. You can't even see the areas around the people. There's like hundreds of people, all eyes on her, as she's walking through some kind of weird like food market, asking if anyone has seen her dad.
And then she winds up at a pier, like going to a pier, and we see a pineapple man who holds up a sign. So the way that they start talking in this second movie, they hold up signs, like in an old kind of Looney Tunes cartoon, like Wile E. Coyote kind of thing. So he holds up a sign, and it's pointing to a map that he has, and it says, "This is the map to our base."
Yeah.
And he follows up after her. He's like following her and leaves the map on the ground in front of her. But before she can, so he's like trying to coax her to the secret base. But then it blows away, and he chases after the map, the pineapple man, and gets smashed by a truck. And I love the way there's all this music playing, and then when he gets hit by the truck, the music just cuts out suddenly. Kawasaki told me, I was asking him what's his favorite thing from this film. He's like, definitely the pineapple monsters getting hit by cars. Because this is a running gag.
This is the best running gag ever. I fucking died when that happened. I laughed so hard.
Oh, it's great. And then the next scene that's again these pineapple guys trying to capture.
Oh, I
Biko.
love this part.
Yeah, it's so good. It's kind of like a restaurant, I guess, or.
But the establishing shot, there's just this really fucking fat white man in Speedo sitting at the table.
He's clearly, like, you can hear him talking a little bit, clearly British as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But the pineapple men are sort of hiding in this restaurant. And again, they hold up a sign that says, "Change your plans." And another one holds up a sign saying they're going to put her to sleep with a poison dart.
Yeah.
We get this ridiculous sequence of them blowing poison darts, trying to hit Biko, who's in this restaurant, but it keeps hitting other people, including the previously mentioned disgusting fat... Oh, fuck, I feel really bad for saying that.
What?
That he's a disgusting fat guy.
I mean, he's pretty grim looking.
A grim gaijin. But when he gets hit... he just screams, "No!"
No!
It's great. Everyone else just kind of gets hit and falls asleep silently. Only him goes, "No!"
Oh, God, it's so good.
And then she kind of just gets up and walks off.
Everyone else is unconscious in this restaurant, and she just walks out.
She's completely oblivious to the fact that she's being followed by Pineapple Man.
Completely oblivious. And as she's walking around, the Pineapple Man are following in this kind of stupid cartoon kind of walk that they do. And then, she sees a woman. And she's like, "Is that my mum?" Like, she sees like, "Is that my mum?" And then
her mum, who she thinks is dead, she's in shock.
Yeah, so she's shocked by this. And the pineapple men that are following her get hit by a truck again.
That's it. So in her shock, she's like, "My mum." She throws this pineapple that she's holding up in the air, and they're running towards her. They trip on the pineapple, and two of them fall in front of a truck. Get hit again. I love it.
Oh, so good.
And then she's approaching the mum, right? And she's eating the chocolate macadamia nuts. And then she drops a macadamia nut, and a guy who was about to get her with a net, another pineapple man, flips over her, gets hit by another truck.
It's relentless, the truck stuff. Yeah, she's then face to face with who she thinks is her mother. And it is Eiko playing the role as well, which is hilarious because they look the same age. But it's not her mum. It's actually her mum's twin sister.
Another plot.
There you go, just thrown in here. Yoshie is her name. And we get a whole lot of exposition here. So this aunt starts explaining what's going on. And Biko doesn't remember this aunt, doesn't know that she exists, and explains she's here to look for her dad. And Then the aunt just drops all this stuff. Like, just, there's so much going on in this scene. But yeah, she tells her the backstory, basically, to her dad, Daddy Bunny, and her mother. So basically, 18 years ago, Daddy Bunny entered the lives of these twin sisters. He apparently had a swagger about him that only a rabbit could have. And actually, the aunt, Yoshie, was the one that was head over heels in love.
They were set to marry, weren't they?
So they were set to get married. Apparently, Miko's mum was also like into the rabbit too, but it was actually the aunt and the Daddy Bunny that were supposed to get married, and he proposed to her, not the mother. But then, in a drunken stupor, out of excitement that his baseball team, the Giants, had won a match, he drunkenly mistook Biko's mother for the aunt and fucked her.
Knocked her up.
But when this part is explained, we then cut to this cartoon image of what looks like the bunny daddy sexually assaulting Biko's mom.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense.
What does Biko say? So because of that, she was so shocked that she couldn't have kids anymore.
Yeah,
so she came to live with the pineapples.
Yeah. So the aunt was so shocked she couldn't have kids, came to live with the pineapples.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
We don't know if she's referencing pineapples themselves or the pineapple men.
What's going on?
She just came to live with the pineapples.
But yeah, Biko is very upset by this news. But the aunt's like, no, don't blame your dad. He's a good dad, even though he's a rabbit.
And a rapist.
Yeah, rapist rabbit. The aunt's like, don't be sad for me. I feel proud to be one of the very few women who loved a rabbit. And one day, man and rabbit will get along, and the only person that can make that happen is Biko.
Wow.
Again, this kind of like, what's this agenda this film is pushing of like, hey, come on, let's go fuck rabbits.
Seems like there's a lot of ulterior motives.
Yeah. But Biko gets it. She's like, yeah, I get you. I'm going to embrace my inner rabbit. It's not even inner rabbit. Her rabbitness. So then she's down by the beach because... sitting by the beach, and she's trying to play the ukulele.
She can't play for shit, can she?
No, she can't play for shit. And then a man, very special man, appears behind her. And do you know who that is?
No, who is it?
That is Kawasaki himself.
No
in
way.
A cameo, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
And Kawasaki appears behind her and takes the ukulele and starts playing it. And fuck, mate, this cracked me up something fierce.
His expression is fucked. He's in this constantly fixed, frozen, wide-eyed, massive grin face. He looks like a maniac playing ukulele. But it's not just the ukulele.
Yeah.
We got drums, we got keyboard, we got loads of instruments all just kick off at the same time.
That's what cracked me up. There is nothing in the song that's playing that sounds like a ukulele. It's all like synthesized nonsense that's playing. That just fucking made me laugh so much. It was great.
Not even that. He plays for so long that it actually goes into nighttime.
Yeah, I forgot about that. The sun goes
It starts at like in lunchtime. We cut back, and the song's playing the whole time. But the next shot is just seemingly at night. And then he pulls out a mallet. Oh, so his face turns into a pineapple man.
Yeah. He looks at the camera. That smile that he had disappears, and he morphs into the pineapple man.
And he takes out a mallet.
Bonks her.
But I was thinking, why not just bonk her with a ukulele?
Yeah.
Where did the mallet come from?
Bonk.
She's out.
Bonk to bits. She's out. She's done. She wakes up on... It's kind of creepy, this scene.
Oh, yeah.
She wakes up on this slab, basically, in this black room, tied down. Yeah, it is a little bit fetishy, disturbing. And she's looking around. The pineapple men are all there, dancing around her.
That's all they do.
And she doesn't have access to her powers because she's hungry. She hasn't eaten any carrots recently. And then this thing that we previously saw getting pixelated out appears, and not entirely sure how to describe it, but it looks like a robot, I guess. Yeah. And it's laughing this horrible fucking laugh, like ear destroying laughter. And this robot alien thing introduces itself as Kamehameha.
As in like Dragon Ball?
Yeah, well that's what Tana's like, do you know what that is? It's like she was like, it's a Dragon Ball Z reference, but it's also got a connection to Hawaii. And
Oh, really?
yeah, it was one of those things where I'm like, this is a tangent that's maybe not worth going on. Yeah. Basically, this character, he says that he's been trying to collect all the beautiful babes that he can find, and he was born to make a harem.
It's gonna make a harem.
It's his destiny, is to make a harem. And Biko is also going to be part of this harem, right? Not harem. What am I saying? Is it harem or harem? Whatever. I'm not that experienced with harems or harems. And yeah, as he's like talking about this, we get this flash of all the kidnapped women, but they're all like paper cutouts, like going up and down and screaming. Oh man, that was great.
Love it. Yeah, Biko's not happy. She's freaking out. She's calling out for her dad to come and save her, but she's tied down.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, a carrot drops down.
Magically drops down.
You know, I couldn't tell what it was, because it's the first time I watched it, I was like, where the fuck did that carrot come from? But then on the second time, it seems like the boss alien robot man leans forward.
Yeah.
So it seemed like it may have dropped out from him.
Which makes sense with the reveal that we get after this.
But she manages to eat it, transforms into Miracle Bunny, breaks out of her chains, beats the shit out of all of the pineapple men.
Yeah.
And when I say beats, she's fucking picking them up, flinging them around.
I love that. Her picking that one up and throwing it across the room. That was fucking great. I love that. Yeah, she kicks off the robot guy's head.
Lo and behold,
biggest fucking twist of the film. It's Daddy Bunny.
And he's like, you got me.
At this point, it's like, wait. Was he trying to fuck his daughter?
Right. He was trying to make a harem with his own daughter.
Very upsetting. But yeah, basically, he claims that this was all part of some very complicated scheme where basically his goal was that he wanted her to appreciate being a bunny, get over her bunny denial. Yeah. So he decided to come up with a scheme where she would be forced to use her powers and be proud of herself. And she kind of accepts it. She's like, oh, yeah, all right, okay. But then she's like, hang on, you've kidnapped 10,000 women.
10,000?
Yeah, that's what it says in the newspaper article, right? You know, what are you going to do with all these babes?
Yeah.
And the dad's like all kind of sheepish.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you know, I'm a guy. And,
he's going to bang them.
You know, what am I going to do? And then we get this, again, like a cutaway to like a painting, like this sort of manga-looking image of the bunny daddy surrounded by all these babes. And yeah, this picture, this drawing was by an artist called Yutaka Kondo, who's a manga artist. And do you know those books? You know Yokai Attack?
Yeah.
And there's another one called Ninja Attack.
I don't know that one.
So I think that's like the same series. I think he was, from what I could see, this seems to be the same style and same name. I think he's the illustrator of that. But yeah, he's a manga artist. But I love that image. I would love to have that framed.
It's great. Wall. The rabbit daddy's kind of kicking back. He's getting his drink poured by all these babes, getting a massage. One of them's fanning him with a leaf or something. It's his own like paradise of kidnapped women.
Yeah. But he's like, that's what, you know, if I was going to do something, at least I could do this in the most beautiful place in the world with all these beautiful babes. It's every man's dream, but I wanted you to stop me from doing it. So it all worked out. And then what does she do?
She kicks him in the balls.
Kicks him in the nuts. Not in a kind of angry way, just in a delighted way. She's like, hey, boom, like kicks him in the nuts. And then that's it. Kind of it.
So he's like in pain. She's laughing, bouncing around the screen, and then we cut to outtakes.
Yeah.
So not only did this film have a massive recap, there are also outtakes within this 17 minutes.
Yeah, so we got quite a lot of outtakes as well. There's a lot going on at the end in terms of the bloops. And so basically the new footage in this film is what, like 12 minutes?
That's
something
mad.
like that. And that's a lot of plot in that 12 minutes as well.
They introduce new storylines.
Madness. And that's it. That's
Miracle
film.
Bunny.
We don't find out about that tortoise.
The tortoise.
But I think that's just a great gag of like, yeah, look at this random thing that we're never going to tie up.
Yeah, this film was wild.
Yeah.
I cannot believe how much they stuffed into these 2 tiny little episodes.
Yeah, there's so much going on. It's great. But yeah, I asked Kawasaki about the reaction to this film or like its popularity. And honestly, when I watched it, I was also baffled because I'm like, it's kind of an image video, but it's not as well. So who is this for? Is it for kids? Like, it can't really be, but he's like, no, it was for adults. It was an image video, but he said it didn't get much of a response. It wasn't particularly popular.
But like the image part of the so-called image video is just so short.
Yeah, and like tucked away you're right. It's like it's tiny, even though it feels long within the context of a narrative.
Yeah.
But as an image video, you'd just be like, what the fuck am I watching?
When am I supposed to jerk off during this?
Yeah, when she's getting bitten by the dogs or what?
When he's taking his 5-year-old kid to the theme park. Like, when is the so-called erotic part supposed to happen? And it's right at the end of part 1. And then we just see the same footage again in part 2. You're not getting more image, you're getting the same image.
How pissed off would you be if you bought that second one? You'd be like, what the fuck? There's no extra wank material here. Oh, man. Yeah, it is unlike anything I've seen, because I've never seen 2 things mashed together in that kind of way.
Sure.
it's not going to satisfy anyone.
It's perfectly in between.
Yeah.
This doesn't belong in any genre. This is very much just its own original thing.
Yeah. Wow. But I did absolutely love it, though. I had such a good time with this.
Oh yeah. Whilst when you were speaking to Kawasaki, did he mention anything about the actress?
Not much. Like, just his answers were pretty short, so I didn't get too much detail from him. But just that she was an idol at the time, and that's kind of it. Yeah.
I wonder what her thoughts on the movie are now.
Well, she left the business, so I guess it was not something she was into.
Because I guess it's something like depending on where she stands. Because if she's an idol and she wanted to create an image video, this is just like, this isn't an image video by textbook definitions. She'd be like, what the fuck, man? You're supposed to just film me like running around in my bikini the whole time. I've got a domestic violence rabbit father and there's pineapple men. Like, you're supposed to show my sexy side. What the fuck is this about? But then on the other hand, she's doing something different and new and a lot more creative. Yeah. That would appeal just to a different audience.
Yeah. I think, she did a lot of other image videos from the looks of it as well.
Oh, okay.
So maybe this was kind of a nice change for her as well. But yeah, it's a fascinating little video, little 2 videos.
I loved it.
I also asked Kawasaki what he thought of it now, like, because this is way back early in his career. He said that it's not a film that he's particularly satisfied with, but it is like his baby, this film. So he does still have a lot of funness for it, which is nice to hear.
It does feel like a kind of passion project,
Yeah. And that's what I like about him. Like, everything I've seen by him, you can tell he's into it, and it's his thing. He's got his own style, and I've never seen anything by him that, even the stuff I didn't like so much, it still felt like he was making what he wanted to make and putting an effort in. And yeah, this definitely feels like a stepping stone to what he would do much later in his career with Calamari Wrestler and Executive Koala and stuff like that.
It's quite amazing he managed to just pursue that same theme,
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, I had a fucking great time with these 2. I was really pumped to do this for the podcast. But yeah, when I was watching it, I'm like, oh, is Guy gonna hate this? I don't know.
Fucking loved it, mate.
Oh, great.
Fucking loved it. Yeah. I wanted a Miracle Bunny Part 3.
Oh, yes, please. Bring her out of retirement.
Oh, I wonder
do part 3.
She probably can't hop as well as she used to. She's probably got a dodgy hip or something.
So the hard thing, it's always hard to do the wrongometer, especially hard for something as fucking weird as this.
Yeah.
So the wrongometer, how wrong the film is, how much it shouldn't exist, how fucked up it is. This film is not that fucked up, really. There's a lot of oddness to it, But it also is deeply strange, and there's not really anything like this. Like this melding of image, video, and a narrative story. But I'm not going to go too high. I think I'm going to say 5 on the scale for this one. How about you?
I was thinking about a 6.
Okay.
I think, as I briefly mentioned before, when you told me what kind of film it is, I was expecting, you're expecting a half woman, half bunny doing bunny stuff. That's fine. But the thing which I really loved and the thing that really took me by surprise is how dark this goes at certain times.
Yeah.
Like the weird kidnapping subplot and she has a secret aunt who her dad raped and stuff, and the dad's like beating her at the table. I was like, wait, isn't this supposed to be a jerk-off movie? Yeah. And at the very beginning, she's like, you killed my mom. I'm like, I can't jerk off to this. Yeah, it was... I think it's those like subtle, weird, dark things in there that kind of like crank this up a little bit for me.
Yeah,
and I love all this. This is not to do with the wrongometer, but I loved all the subtleties in there, like having the sake called like Brain Stroke, and having Iko-chan VHS sitting at the counter of the VHS store.
The details in the art direction are really great, even for this low budget little film. Like he really puts an effort into those details. Yeah,
it was good. I'm glad I watched it.
Nice. What have we got next time?
Well, next time, this might be a tad controversial, doing 2 Japanese films in a row.
Uh-oh.
But we're in bloody Japan, so next week we are going further down the odd adult video rabbit hole, and we are doing Tampon Tango.
I'm really glad that you chose this, because I've been meaning to watch this for... I don't know, 15 years.
Oh, bloody hell. Okay.
So it's about time I finally watch it. So I'm excited for that one.
Awesome.
We said it at the top, but I'll say it again. Please follow us on Twitter, SMSW Podcast. And what's the other one? Oh, Gmail. If you want to send us an email, showmesomethingwrong@gmail.com. And biggest one, please leave us a review and a rating at Apple Podcasts. And tell your mates about us. Go on. Do it.
Tell your rabbits.
Tell your rabbits?
Yeah. Bunnies. Miracle bunnies.
Tell your miracle bunnies?
Yeah.
Tell your miracle bunnies.
Come on, Dave.
What a strange way to end the pod.